All right, so now let's continue with box plots. Boxplot is another useful statistical plot. It's kind of very similar to histograms. The main difference is that in histogram you can see the distribution, but in boxplot you cannot really see the distribution, but what you can see is the mean value, the median, the maximum, minimum, the 50th quartile, the 75th quartile, the 25th quartile, and so on. So let's do this. If you say boxplot, df $mpg, run it. This is the base R version of creating a box plot. So this is the box plot of using the MPG. All right. So let's create the same plot using the data frame, our data frame. Open close parentheses. Oh, by the way, this middle line is the 50th percentile, so that's the median value. Bottom line is the 25th percentile, and this one, the upper line of this box, is the 75th percentile. Okay. So it stretches out these whiskers here, and any point that's further away, either the upper part or the lower part, will be shown in dots, and these can be referred to as outliers. That's how the box plot is useful. So it will show the general location of the data, and then any points basically that are far away from the main area of the data. In ggplot we can say ggplot df, and then in the aesthetics on the y-axis, so as you can see this is the y-axis here, so this is where the plot is created. I can say mpg, and then I can say geoboxplot. Kind of same plot. So the values that you see here basically is kind of useless, right? We are not using anything on the x-axis. It's just so that it can plot this basically this box here. That's why it's created, but it's not useful at all. So on the y-axis we have MPG. That's the useful. So what is the median? It's about 23 or so. 25th percentile is about 18 or so, and about 29 is the 75th percentile. Okay, so if you look at summary, do that. Summary dfmpg. Create them both. Or actually, let me create this outside here so we. Okay. Okay, so these are, you see the first quartile, that's the 25th percentile there. It's 17.50, which is this value. The median is about 23, that's this line in the middle. Third quartile is the 75th percentile, is about 29. So basically that's what these blocks is showing to us. Okay, maximum, so that's this point right here, that's 40. Minimum is 9, that's all the way down this end of this whisker over here. Okay. The more useful scenario would be if we created box plots, let's say for each value in a categorical variable, right? And then calculate, so basically grouping based on the categorical variable, and then showing the box plot of a numerical variable for each of those values, like MPG. So what is the MPG of each cylinder type, for example? Let's create that. We can say box plot, and then MPG. So this is, I'm showing right now the base R version. So we want to say MPG versus, that's this tilde sign there, cylinders within the auto MPG dataset. So MPG on the y-axis, cylinders on the x-axis, and you can see for each cylinder type, the average MPG is shown here. The average MPG is largest for, if you look at the median values, for 4-cylinder, and then 5, 6, and 8 is the smallest. These cylinder vehicles is kind of behaving weirdly here, although it has small number of cylinders, right? The MPG is still low, and it's even lower compared to even like, it's about the same as about 6-cylinder vehicles. So I don't know what exactly these 3 cylinder vehicles are. And there isn't many of them. There's only 3 or 4 in the data set. So that's kind of something you need to keep in mind. So maybe we should totally omit this anyway. But regardless, so this is how the data looks like. So let's create the same plot using ggplot. I will say ggplot, the data frame, right? And I will say aesthetics, and on the x-axis I want to see the cylinders, and on the y-axis I want to see the MPG values, and then I want to create a box plot out of this. Run it, and you see the same box plots that we have created here, but I think this one looks a bit nicer. And again, we can also color this, right? So let's take this plot. Let's color them based on the cylinder types as well. So fill is equal to cylinders. Run, and you can see based on these different cylinder types, there's this sequential discrete coloring going here. All right. And so this is how you can make use of boxplot.